And before we go to the break, the headlines so far. Expression beat the clock, taken too literally in Thailand. Canberra gets ready to welcome the Olympic torch relay. And Boeing Dreamliner more expensive in CGI form than it actually built, claims soon-to-be sacked comedy writer. Much, much more momentarily.
With Herring dead for over a year, caution is thrown to an ill-blowing wind as Fyodor and Beluga face a race against time which is fast running out.
Heb je wat weer dit? Balunski Erlinga Dedushka. Was wie dit, Polinski? Dusz matuch Kastur. Stasi, bratza! Kolunki Sabika Mibaska Pusta.
Olej Beluga, i selekte da letic Karazum?
Karazum? Azmi, dama?
Kista trabać da.
And Beluga and Fyodor find themselves deep in the heart of trouble with a capital T, but they've got higher cases to crack and bigger fish to fry.
He's not an idiot. He's what idiot. You she's on the amoeba, but he's a couple of years of a chill. He's a 7 years of Nitzel of India in the Gulag.
Does not sabiyem, Fyodor.
All new Inspector Herring, 9:30 Thursday, followed by Ponds Force 5 on SBS.
Welcome back to Newstopia, and still to come. Berlusconi's pledge. Trust me, I'm a multi-billionaire who owns all the media. The conclusion of the 2020 Youth Summit, and image of Jesus Christ appears on crucifix. But first, a lighter look at the week that was. I'm joined now by one of those irascible lads from The Chaser, comedian and satirist Chris Taylor. Chris, welcome.
Thank you. It's really good to be here.
Good, good. So what's caught your eye this week, news-wise?
I'm not too sure. We're on a bit of a break at the moment, obviously, so I haven't really been keeping across things. You know how it is. You kind of, last thing you want to do is turn on the news at the end of the night. But
sure. Do you want me to throw some topics at you? We could riff off them, and you know, you could give us some first impressions.
What do you mean riff?
Riff, ad lib. So yes, impro and ad lib.
No, I don't really do impro or impressions. I like preparing my stuff.
Not tonight, though.
When you've got a big show like ours on the ABC that's so popular, you can't really afford just to sit around and make stuff up on the spot. I mean, that's fine for you. This is SBS. It's quite late at night.
Would you like to do some old material? You know, you could do the eulogy song or something. That'd be nice.
Look, no, Andrew Hansen's the musical one. I'm more of an ideas man and a presenter.
Okay.
Not a big fan of the new haircut, Sean.
I quite like it. A twisting tale is common to both the spider monkey and the remarkable story you're about to see tonight. It's a tale of deception and intrigue, a blistering expose of which Newstopia is very proud. Boston Roberts filed this report.
In 2006, one of the biggest international frauds in recent history took place here, in Melbourne's financial sector. But to trace this fraud back to its origins, I first had to travel to Greece. Or did I?
Well, as far as I know, Boston never left the country. The Department of Foreign Affairs has no record of him leaving.
So, why do you think I lied about going to Greece?
Well, to be honest, I don't know.
Had I been acting strangely lately?
Well, my interpretation of events is that you've been hiding something for quite some time, and I and a lot of my friends suspect that you've been having an affair.
So the trip to Greece was simply an excuse to spend time with another woman?
I believe so, yes.
It's generally agreed that if I had travelled to Greece, it would not have been without my producer, Barry Hurl. Hurl was a friend of mine and was also known to have a close working relationship with me.
Barry, you would know if you and I had flown to Greece to cover a story.
Oh, yes.
So, did we go?
No, we didn't. No, in my opinion, the trip to Greece never happened.
So where was I when I said I was in Greece?
Well, you'd have to ask yourself that.
I subsequently approached myself a number of times for an interview and repeatedly declined. That is, until yesterday, when I rang myself and agreed to the following interview, on the condition my anonymity was protected.
Mr. Roberts, my wife and my producer both state that you never actually went to Greece. Can you honestly say I took that trip to Greece? Yes, I can.
Unfortunately, an injunction taken out this afternoon by Boston prevents us from showing you the rest of that report. Just as well, though, as it was rather disappearing up its own arse.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. 3 bags full.
That'll never go to air. Time now to put aside my own personal loathing for sport and tolerate Lucinda Braintree's wrap-up of this week in observable leisure activities. Lucinda.
Well, that's right, Sean. Well, it's been a big half fortnight in the world of pastimes. Dawn Fraser says she ain't going to the Beijing Olympics. Well, no great loss there. A little slow in the pool these days, old Dawn. Also in the pool, a futile attempt by some Aussies to demonstrate to the press that synchronised swimming is not stupid and ridiculous. And trouble in Formula One for the pres of the governing body, Max Mosley. The board gets to decide in June whether Sexy Maxi stays on as head honcho after what was, after all, just a little bit of fun. Sean.
Well, he was filmed participating in a Holocaust-themed sex orgy with 5 prostitutes. You don't think he deserves to be morally censured?
Well...
Or does the fact that he's associated with sport somehow exempt him from the normal rules that govern civilised behaviour?
Well, I don't know about that, Sean, but I don't think anyone would deny that he sullied the good name of Mosley.
Well, his father was the leader of the British Nazi Party, and his parents got married at Joseph Goebbels' house, and Hitler was a guest, so...
I'm talking about the sex. I mean, what happens between a man and a woman?
5 women.
5 women in the privacy of their own home.
Basement.
That's a matter for them.
News of the world.
Oh, it's exactly right, Sean. I mean, who's to say that this Holocaust-themed sex orgy really happened? And even if it did, that figure of 5 prostitutes, that seems a bit inflated.
All right, Lucinda Braintree there, Newstopia sports presenter and Holocaust-themed sex orgy denier. Thank you. Overseas now, and violence in Haiti continues, with zombies coming out in sympathy with the living over the increasing price of food. United Nations peacekeepers have intervened, driving back the undead who are trying to get into the presidential palace and eat everybody. The price of food doesn't directly affect the zombies, but apparently the undernourished humans they feast on do taste a little gamey as a result. A 24-year-old hospital orderly from California has set a new record for eating hot dogs. Billy O'Brien chowed down 61 hot dogs, including buns, in just 13 minutes, beating the old record by 2. Newstopia correspondent Jordan Esterhaus is in the Somali region of southern Ethiopia. Jordan, what's the reaction been like over there?
Disappointment, obviously, Sean. This is the 12th year this event has been staged, and in that time, no Ethiopian has ever finished in the top 10 in the hot dog eating championships.
Why such an appalling record, Jordan?
I think they struggle with the concept. They can't quite get their head around the notion of one person eating 61 hot dogs instead of 61 people eating 61 hot dogs. It doesn't make any sense to them.
Well, they're not going to get anywhere in the international eating competitions with that mindset, are they?
Indeed.
Perhaps officials from the International Federation of Competitive Eating need to go over there and conduct some clinics, pass on their knowledge.
Yes, or just the hot dogs.
To practice on, you mean? Good idea.
But at least in the meantime, the Americans have provided these people with plenty of instructional news footage of how to stuff vast quantities of food down one's gullet in record time.
Yes, well, let's hope the Ethiopians learn something from it about how we do things in the West. Jordan Esterhaus, many thanks.
Thanks, Sean.
And just before we go to the break, the International Monetary Fund has estimated that the potential global losses arising from the US subprime mortgage crisis may well be up to $1,000 billion. That's an average of $150 for each person on the planet. You can send what you owe by cheque, cash or credit card to the IMF Global Subprime Debt Collection Agency, etc., etc., etc. And I do that by the end of the week, or they'll send Bob Zolik around from the World Bank. There he is, a toe cutter if ever I've seen one. All right, see you in a sec. Oh, hello. No, I meant after the ads. I mean that literally. Confusing.